many problems out there, and I think a new government that comes in and says on Friday, you know, 2 days away potentially, you know, we're going to roll up our sleeves, we're going to take some difficult decisions to get this economy moving, I think will command respect.
And if it comes to it, and you needed to build that consensus to keep the nation together, can you see yourself working, for example, with Vince Cable?
Well, look, we're aiming for, and the election is tomorrow, after all, a Conservative majority, and I think that is achievable. But of course, you know, if there's a hung parliament, we'll have to deal with that situation. You know, but I'm aiming for a majority. I think it would be easier to deal with. But do you agree the
difficulty of what faces you is that you're going to have to build a consensus that's probably going to go beyond any of the opinion poll shares you've got at the moment?
You know, I don't actively seek disagreement in politics, and I think, you know, we will obviously want people in other political parties to understand there's a debt problem and you know, respect the fact that a Conservative government is dealing with it. But first of all, we've got to win the election, and we've got to, I hope, win it with a majority.
George, a final point on the way the voting has panned out. I saw some numbers today from a respected cephalogist. He came up with this. If each party gets 30%, Labour gets 315 seats, the Tories get 206 seats, Lib Dems get 100 seats. You know, were that to be the case, I think there would be widespread revulsion. I mean, frankly, it looks like something Robert Mugabe has dreamt up. On the basis of that, isn't it time for serious electoral reform? We can't go on like this.
Well, I would like to see equal-sized constituencies in our first-past-the-post system. I think that would help address some of these problems. But let me just say this. In the end, for all its imperfections, it is still the best voting system, I think, for Britain, because it gives people a chance to kick out their government. And you know, here we are on the eve of a general election. It's happening tomorrow.
Makes it harder to kick out Labour than the Tories.
No, but here we are on the eve of a general election, and let's respect the fact that we have a voting system that enables people to say tomorrow, you know what, I want to change my government.
But one Labour vote gets 3 times as many seats as a Lib Dem vote.
I want, as I say, equal-sized constituencies, which we don't have at the moment, and that would be good electoral reform. But the problem, as I say, with other systems, is that you could have that election tomorrow, and at the end of it, the public would have wanted, perhaps, to get rid of Gordon Brown, and you end up with Gordon Brown still in office. And I think the electoral system we have, for all its imperfections, allows tomorrow to be decision day for the British people. They've got to make a decision now. Politicians have argued enough. We've, you know, had your shows throughout the campaign. Tomorrow, it's game on. It's decision day, and the public decide, do you want 5 more years of Gordon Brown, or do you want a new government, David Cameron at the helm, that rolls up its sleeves, cleans up this mess, and gets the economy moving?
George Osbourne, as you said, game on. We're looking forward to it. Many thanks for coming in.
Thank you.